They put that necklace around my neck, Damon Dash and Biggs, and I think Memphis Bleak and Rail, everybody was there.
I didn't even get in touch with Jay no more. That was a wrap. I had to go through his assistant, all the to get with Jay. So like that, I don't know. I couldn't get to Jay. Damon, I still spoke to Damon like afterward and everything.
You know what happened was I got dropped from Roc-A-Fella on my prom day.
The 7 awful secrets about Roc-A-Fella's female artists you didn't know about. From Amil, who may have been Jay-Z's muse, until she suddenly vanished.
I can't even answer if I will fuck with them again. I mean, that's hard to say right now. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the love that I used to have, it's not there.
To Teairra Marí, branded the next Beyoncé. But behind the scenes, rumors flew about Beyoncé's jealousy holding her back.
Putting lotion on my legs, got a phone call, ring, ring. Hey, yeah, we're gonna be letting you go. I was like, oh.
There's also Free, the 106 and Park icon who fell for the wrong exec and paid the ultimate career price.
I'm okay with being disliked. I'm cool with it. I was not put here to be liked by everybody. My name is Free. Powerful word no matter how you spin it.
And Rita Ora? Her alleged hookups made Beyoncé raise an eyebrow, and Roc Nation quietly shut her down. Let's take a look at 7 female artists who got too close to Roc-A-Fella's fire and got burned.
Get it up, I put it down, every time it pop. I got let it loose, then I lock it, full of juice.
Amil was once seen as a rising star in the hip-hop world. She was known as the First Lady of Roc-A-Fella Records. Many people thought she was going to be a big name in the music industry. At that time, Roc-A-Fella was a powerful label, and Jay-Z was at the top of his game. Amil and Jay-Z were often seen together. Some people even said they were in a romantic relationship. It looked like she had strong support. But things started to change. When their personal relationship faded, her music career also began to slow down. Some people think this was not just a coincidence. Amil was working on her second album. Fans were excited to hear more music from her. But then, something strange happened. The album was never released. It was quietly shelved, and nobody gave a clear reason why. After that, she slowly disappeared from the spotlight. She wasn't seen in music videos or heard on new songs. It felt like she was pushed out. Some people believe it was done on purpose. Others think it was just bad timing. Still, many fans were left confused.
That's how you can tell, and no disrespect to Amil, but that means that if you can't make it without me at all, that it was all gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, I wish she would have appreciated that moment a little better.
In a recent interview, Amil spoke openly about her time at Roc-A-Fella. She talked about how things really were behind the scenes. She said it wasn't always easy. According to her, the environment was very unfriendly, especially for a woman. She felt like some people didn't want her there. She also felt like some men at the label were jealous or didn't take her seriously. Even though she worked hard, it didn't seem to matter. She said it was very hard to fit in as the only woman in a group full of men.
Why y'all release her?
Because she wasn't doing what I was asking her to do. And I'm like, Jay, this is you. You said you're doing all this. I'm not doing this. And he didn't do it, so we had to drop her.
There were also rumors about her personal life. One rumor said she was dating rapper Killah Priest. Amil said that wasn't true, and even if it was, it should not have affected her job. She believed her talent and hard work should have been enough. But instead of getting support, she said she faced gossip and judgment. She felt like people were more interested in her personal life than her music. That made it harder for her to grow in her career.
And I can't even get in touch with Jay no more. That was a wrap. I had to go through his assistant, all the to get with Jay. So like that, I don't know. I couldn't get to Jay. Damon, I still spoke to Damon like afterward and everything.
Amil also talked about working with Beyoncé. At one time, this could have opened many doors for her, but she said those chances were ruined by people inside the label. She believed some people didn't want her to shine. Even though she had problems at Roc-A-Fella, Amil said she doesn't hate Jay-Z. She even tried to reach out to him later, but he never answered her. Her story shows how hard it can be for women in hip-hop. Many people are now talking about her again, wondering what really happened and why her career ended so quickly. Next, Teairra Marí.
Come, I got a nigga, but can't trust him. Why every answer to my question is a question? Why can't my nigga...
Teairra Marí came into the music world with a lot of big hopes around her. She was signed to Roc-A-Fella. People started calling her the next Beyoncé. That's a lot of pressure for a young girl. Beyoncé was already a huge star, and many people expected Teairra to be just like her. But Teairra had her own mind. She wasn't the type to just follow what people told her to do. This caused problems with the people in charge of her music. They wanted her to act and behave a certain way, to be quiet, sweet, and do what she was told. But Teairra had a strong personality. She didn't want to be controlled. There were also rumors that she got close to another big artist, and that made Jay-Z upset. All of this made things hard for her at the label. Teairra's first album was made when she was still very young. She didn't have a lot of control over it. The label picked most of the songs. She said the album felt like someone else's child, like she was just taking care of it. Even though she liked it, it didn't truly show who she was. Now she's older and has more life experience. Her new album is called At That Point. She said this album feels like her own baby, something she gave birth to herself. It has her voice, her choices, and her truth. She went through a lot in life, and that's what helped shape this new music. She says she finally feels ready to return and show the world who she really is. Things weren't easy after she left the label. Teairra was dropped from Def Jam on the day of her high school prom.
I was putting lotion on my legs, got a phone call, ring, ring. Hey, yeah, we're gonna be letting you go. I was like, oh.
That should have been a happy time for her, but instead it was full of pain and confusion. She didn't know what to do. She wasn't getting along with her mother, so she went back home to Detroit and stayed with her grandmother. It was like starting all over again. For a while, she didn't want to sing anymore. She was hurt and lost. The business side of music had made her feel small, but after some time, she began to pray and think deeply about her life. Slowly, she found the strength to come back, not as a little girl, but as a grown woman who understands who she is and what she wants.
I made it through, I'm back and I'm better.
Yes.
Next, Rita Ora. Rita Ora was once seen as the rising star of Roc Nation. She had talent, style, and fame. Many people thought she would be the next big thing in music, but her journey didn't go as planned. Instead of becoming a huge star in the US, she ended up facing rumors, drama, and legal problems. Some people believe that Rita may have dated powerful men like Jay-Z, Drake, and even Kanye West. These rumors were never confirmed, but they spread fast. Many fans also thought Beyoncé, Jay-Z's wife, wasn't happy with Rita. People started whispering that things were not good between them. This may have created tension at the top of Roc Nation, which could have affected Rita's music career. After all the gossip and drama, Rita's music career in the United States started to slow down. Her first album did not take off in the US like many expected. It was a surprise because she had a strong start in the UK. But in America, she didn't get the same support. As time went on, Rita felt like the label was no longer helping her. She wasn't getting the attention or resources she needed. That's when she decided to take a big step. She filed a lawsuit to leave Roc Nation. She said she wanted to be free from the contract she had signed when she was just 18 years old.
I never really understood what was happening.
Yeah.
I think I was just confused, excited, and I know that...
Rita filed the lawsuit in Los Angeles. She said Roc Nation had changed too much. They were now focused on many other businesses like sports and music streaming. Because of this, she felt like they had left her behind. She said she was like an orphan without anyone to guide or support her. Rita used California's 7-year rule as part of her legal fight. This rule says that personal contracts, like a music deal, should not last more than 7 years. Rita had been with Roc Nation for more than 7 years, so she believed she had the right to leave. In the legal papers, Rita explained that the people who supported her at Roc Nation had all moved on. There was no one left at the company who was helping her. She was left on her own. Roc Nation had also changed its music distributor from Sony to Universal, which made things more difficult for her. She said the label now only focused on big superstar artists and had lost interest in helping newer singers like her. Because of this, Rita had to pay for her own projects, like making music, doing TV shows, and promoting herself. Her fight to leave Roc Nation was not just about money, it was about getting her career back. Next, Nicole Wray. Nicole Wray had a big dream. She wanted to be part of Roc-A-Fella Records. She watched their music videos on TV and saw stars like Freeway and Beanie Sigel. She told herself, "One day I'm going to be part of that label." She believed it with all her heart. Nicole lived in Virginia, but one day her manager told her to come to New York. He said there were good chances waiting for her. So she packed her bags, full of hope, and went to New York, ready for something big. Nicole got a meeting at Quad Studios, a famous place where many top artists record music. While she was there, Damon Dash walked in. He was one of the bosses at Roc-A-Fella. He looked at her and asked, "Are you ready for this Roc-A-Fella lifestyle?" Nicole didn't think twice. She smiled and said, "Yes, I am." That moment made her feel like her dream was starting to come true. She felt proud and excited to be noticed by someone so big in the music world.
And Damon Dash came in, I was in Quad Studios, I'll never forget, and Damon was like, "You ready for this Roc-A-Fella lifestyle?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And it just happened, and we just started working on music.
After that, Nicole began working with Roc-A-Fella. She recorded songs and met many people in the music business. One special moment was in Miami. Damon Dash and another boss named Biggs gave Nicole a Roc-A-Fella chain. That chain was more than jewelry. It meant she was officially part of the family. People like Memphis Bleak and Rel were there, cheering her on. Nicole felt proud. She remembered how she used to dream about this moment. Now it was really happening. She was the first female R&B singer to be signed to Roc-A-Fella, even before big stars like Rihanna and Teairra Marí. She believed her dreams had come true just by speaking them out loud and working hard.
They put that necklace around my neck, Damon Dash and Biggs, and I think Memphis Bleak and Rel, everybody was there.
In 2004, Nicole released a song called "If I Was Your Girlfriend." It played on the radio and in clubs in New York City. People loved it. The song gave her fans a reason to be excited for her new album, which was going to be called Love Child. Things were looking good, and Nicole felt like her big break was finally here. She thought this was the moment everything would fall into place. But everything changed quickly. Roc-A-Fella started to fall apart. Jay-Z and Damon Dash, who had built the label together, decided to go their separate ways. The company wasn't the same anymore. Nicole didn't know anything about this split at first. Nobody told her what was going on behind the scenes. One day, she went back to Virginia, and when she came back, the label was no longer running the way it used to.
If I wouldn't have done it the way I did it, there would be no Jay-Z. I'm going to say this, and you ask Jay-Z anytime, there would be no Jay-Z as a rapper if it wasn't for me.
She was confused and hurt. She didn't know what would happen to her music now. Still, Nicole didn't give up. She stayed close to Damon Dash and signed with his new company, Damon Dash Music Group. She worked on another album called Kill Cupid. She hoped this album would finally be her big chance. But things didn't go well. Damon Dash stepped away from the music business for a while, and her album was shelved, which means it was never released. Again, Nicole was left without a team to help her, without a label to support her, and with no way to put out her music. She felt like she was on her own. Even with all these problems, Nicole kept making music. She stayed creative. Her song, "If I Was Your Girlfriend," came from a fun studio session. She and her team were just playing around in the studio. They sang into the microphone, laughed, and made up melodies on the spot. They didn't write songs in the usual way. They would record first, then later figure out the words. It was a fun and free way to create. That's how some of her best music was made. Nicole thought the label would release the album soon, and she still felt excited. But things didn't go the way she hoped. Her album, Love Child, was put on hold and never came out. She was back home in Virginia again, with no album and no clear plan. She started feeling down. She felt like all her hard work had been wasted. So she took a break from music. She spent time thinking about her future. A long time ago, a pastor had told her that sometimes things don't happen the way you want, but something better might come later. She tried to hold on to those words. She loved Virginia, but over time, she felt like she was stuck. Everyone she knew had left to chase their dreams in other places. Nicole felt like she was in a small tank, like a fish that had grown too big. She knew it was time to move again. She couldn't stay behind. She had to move forward, even if it meant starting over. Nicole Wray came into Roc-A-Fella with hope and talent. She was ready to shine. But behind the scenes, there was drama. People say she was linked romantically to a Roc-A-Fella producer who had a bad habit. He would promise music features in exchange for personal favors. Nicole refused to be part of that. She wanted to be known for her voice, not for playing games. Because of that, her music wasn't given the support it needed. She was pushed aside. She felt used and disrespected. In the end, she quietly walked away from the label. She left with a broken heart, but also with her pride. Next is Free.
You the one told me to get it. You did leave these at the crib though, so you should get all back to.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What I have to say for myself, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna come over here.
Free was a popular host on 106 and Park. Many people liked her because she was smart, strong, and stayed out of trouble. On TV, she always looked professional and had a good image. But behind the scenes, people started talking. Some said she was in a secret romance with someone powerful from Roc-A-Fella Records. This was a big music company at the time. She never talked about it in public, but the rumors kept going.
I'm okay with being disliked. I'm cool with it. I was not put here to be liked by everybody. My name is Free. Powerful word no matter how you spin it.
The relationship was kept quiet. They didn't go out in public together, and most people didn't even know about it. But people in the music world heard about it. Some insiders said Free trusted this man and hoped he would help her music career. She was working on her own album and had big dreams. She wanted to become a singer and make her own music. At first, things looked good, and she thought he would support her. But then, the relationship ended. No one knows all the details, but it didn't end well. After they broke up, everything started falling apart for Free. Her album, which she had worked hard on, was never released. It was put on hold, and no one talked about it again. She didn't get the push she needed from the label anymore. Slowly, her music dreams were taken away. She didn't get another chance. Free never got a real start in music. Her contract faded, and the label stopped helping her. Some people believe it was because of the broken romance. She went back to hosting and stayed quiet about what really happened. Even today, her fans wonder what could have been if things had gone differently. There was a woman who was connected to the R&B group Christian, which was once signed to Roc-A-Fella Records. She was also known as Rel's sister. People in the music world say she had talent and was supposed to release music too, but things didn't go as planned. Her name was never made public, which made her story even more mysterious. Even today, many people don't know who she really was. According to rumors, this woman had a relationship with someone powerful at the record label. He was not just a regular worker, he had a lot of power and was known by many people in the music business. People say she got pregnant during their relationship. But instead of her music career growing, something strange happened. She just vanished. One day she was there, and the next day she was gone. No one in the public heard from her again. Her music, which she had worked hard on, was never released. Some say it was locked away in a vault and kept from the world. No one knows if it was the label's decision or something else that caused her music to be hidden. It's like she was erased from the music world. Her songs, her voice, and her talent were all kept away from fans who never got to hear her. People still wonder what really happened to her. Did she leave on her own, or was she pushed out? Was her pregnancy the reason she disappeared? These are questions that have no clear answers. Her story is one of the most hidden secrets from Roc-A-Fella, and maybe one day the truth will come out. For now, it remains a mystery. And lastly, for today, Massachusetts. M.A.J.O.R title. M.A.J.O.R fell in love with the wrong man and lost everything. M.A.J.O.R was more than just a singer. She had big dreams and a lot of talent. She wanted to make it big in the music world. She had a beautiful voice and people believed she could go far. She was also working with one of the biggest music labels at the time, Roc Nation. People thought she had a bright future. But behind the music, something else was going on. M.A.J.O.R was not only working hard on her songs, she also got close to someone very important at the company. The man she got close to was a top boss at Roc Nation. He was married, but that didn't stop them from getting involved. M.A.J.O.R started to believe in everything he told her. He said he would support her music and make her a star. He promised she would get a full rollout. That means her songs would be released with full support and promotion. She believed him because he had power. She trusted that he would help her become famous. But things didn't go as she hoped. The relationship between them started to get messy. Maybe feelings got too strong. Maybe people found out. Whatever happened, the man pulled away. He stopped talking to her and cut her off. It was like he disappeared. What people call ghosting. After that, her music plans were gone. Nothing got released. No one talked about her anymore. Her name was even removed from all the records at the company. In the end, Massachusetts. M.A.J.O.R didn't just lose a chance at fame. She lost everything she was working for. Her story became one that people whispered about, but never fully explained. She got hurt, and her dreams were taken away, all because she trusted the wrong person.